right now as the demand for allotments continues to grow. Arit Anderson has uncovered a unique way for those without green space to reap the benefits of a garden.
Getting your hands dirty in the garden is good for the soul. And if you're lucky enough to have some outdoor space, then no problem, you can grow whatever you please. But not everyone has a garden to call their own. Caitlin Flint lives in a one-bed, first-floor flat in Bristol. She loves being outdoors and wants to grow her own veg.
So this is my outdoor space. This is kind of all I've got. It's a parking space. We can't really do much here. We have 4 flats here, like obviously they all want to park their cars, which is fair.
Caitlin's not alone. 1 in 8 households in the UK doesn't have any access to either a shared or private garden. Luckily for Caitlin, Joyce Veheary has come up with a solution. As another renter, Joyce has never had a permanent garden of her own.
I was living in a flat with no garden. I had this idea that I could just maybe ask somebody to share their garden. And I put out posters in cafes and wore sandwich boards, and then somebody got in touch with me and said, I've got this garden space. I went from having no gardens to about 4 gardens in the space of a few weeks, and then I thought it could really help lots of other people.
Joyce decided to start a community garden group called Lend and Tend. It links up people with gardens who are happy to share them with people who are keen to get growing.
It isn't like a techie app or anything, it's just me up until 2 o'clock in the morning emailing people like a bit of an interfering auntie, just badgering them to share their gardens.
So how does the matchmaking work?
The purple pins represent where people have gardens, and then the green pins, they're the tenders.
That's brilliant, and it's just very simple to see, that's what I like.
Really simple, yeah.
Back in Bristol, thanks to being matched by Joyce, Caitlin can now escape her shared parking space and head to her own veg patch in someone else's garden. As it's all about lending a hand, I've come prepared. Caitlin, can I come and give you some help?
Yes, please.
Okay, good. How did you find Lend and Tend, Caitlin?
My parents were on holiday and they saw this poster for the scheme. I looked it up and decided to sign up. Joyce matched us up and we got together and got this amazing garden really close to where I live.
Lend and Tend isn't the only garden sharing scheme. There are others, although some of them charge.
It's 100% free, you don't have to pay for the scheme at all. You only pay, obviously I've paid for compost and plants. Previously I'd looked at allotment stuff and I've been on the list for that for 4 years, but there's not really anything that's free and accessible, I guess, to those of us who don't have gardens.
And it works for busy mum Rupinder Hill, who's juggling 2 boys, a 4-month-old baby, a job and the garden.
I just kind of struggled to find as much time as was needed. And also there's a lot of talk about people not having outdoor space and it being good for their mental health. So when I saw the ad, it just seemed like the perfect solution, that I could get somebody to help me and in return I could help them. The kids absolutely adore Caitlin. They wait for the weekend when she's coming round. That's their highlight. I feel like that patch is hers. And obviously she's now started to harvest the first year of produce.
It's nice to share with other people because it's kind.
It's incredibly important for me to have this space. It's a place where I can go and I feel 100% better. I could be having a rubbish week and just being able to go there, put my hands in the earth, touch some plants, I just feel better. It's immediate switch.
And there couldn't be a better time to see the results of all Caitlin's hard work.
It's incredible, we've grown so much.
The spinach has gone into this quiche that I made earlier.
Such a simple idea. Look at the results of sharing a garden, friendships and food. It's a win-win.
Anytime.
Oh, very nice indeed. I mean, Rob, that's a pretty nice idea, I thought.
That was marvelous. I heard about use an app, people come into my home, do things I thought might not be for me, but that's beautiful with those children and all that. I love it.
I know, it's sweet.